Hello Tarot lovers and welcome to yet another episode here at Grand Tarot Readings. I've been into comparisons of different editions of RWS Tarot, so Rider-Waite-Smith, and people seem to be interested, and therefore I thought I'd make a video because it's easier to explain in a video than it is in words, in typed things and so on. So there are several things that I am going to show you. Oh, these decks, aren't they great? We should have done it like this. Well, you know me, or maybe you don't, but you'll get to know me. So, see? You can tell, there are commonalities here. So that's interesting, but I'll get to those later. These are the Cosmos Vein Cosmos 7K ones. They're older. These are younger. Many people know these who are into RWS. They are Bert Bakker. This is actually the best deck of the bunch I have. So Saskia Jansen, who's an expert on Rider-Waite-Smith, pointed out she found 4 variations. I found 2 and 2 sub-variations. So maybe it's still 4, I don't know. But I think you can discern them, the Bert Bakker edition, so the monochromatic ones, the black and white ones, in 2 main categories. And those 2 main categories are, and I'll show that to you. Take this one, yes. So, first thing that you notice when you like comparative research, as I do, is the difference in size here. See that? This is 35 millimeters thick and this 28, so 7 millimeters difference. So to me that was the main characteristic that stood out, and I said, okay, those are the 2 main varieties, but there are many more differences. Some are matte, some are glossy, some have a bright red, others have more magenta red. So yeah, you have to be a bit of a geek, I guess, to get into these things, and it took me pretty a lot of time to get through that, but okay, I show you what I came up with. This is one version I have. I called it 1A, and as you can see here, the box is pretty much gone, but you can still see the Hanged one and Wheel of Fortune, and what stands out is the red, in this case real magenta. And as you see here, so the difference in color is very obvious. Here you see the normal red, I would say the Bordeaux I call that, and this is more magenta-like. And what you see here is also that it's here not so strong. The black and white is not so strong. It's a soft tone, I feel. All the cards, also the newer cards from Cosmos, the colored ones, have this backside. And what stood out to me is, although, so they're from the 1970s. It's difficult to clearly pinpoint, but they're 1970s decks. You can find all the info in the listing on Etsy, but you can also ask me and I will send you a copy of the research log. It's very extensive, but there you can find all the info. Look, even someone made with a pencil something on it, or how do you say it in English, with a pen. Awful. But anyway, so here we come to the next deck. So this is also from the same variety, the thick variety, but you can see here it's less magenta, it's more bright red. And so this box is in batch metal shape, and you see here Uitgeverij Bert Bakker Den Haag, and that's publisher Bert Bakker The Hague. And I won't get them out of the box because it's also something that Saskia noticed. They go very hard in and out of the box, some of these, not all, some of these. And the cardstock probably is almost too thick. What I usually do then is that I open it up here and then I push them out. But I don't want to damage them or anything. And interesting here is a typo. And the later publishers, you can see the typo, have Coleman with an E, so misspelled. And every later edition, so this goes on for decades and decades, the name of Miss Coleman Smith is misspelled that way. So this is also from that same edition, and this one again is more magenta. The cards are more magenta, and this one has something special as well. So here I'm going to open the box the way I told you that I do it. So I open the... It's always how you... When you treat the cards, it's always a bit difficult, because of course the box never gets better if you open them too much. And therefore also I like making videos. I open them, I can show them. But what's interesting here, and here I also got help from Saskia. I thought this was the case with all the cards, but it wasn't. It's by, I believe it's 16 or so, or 14, who are normal cards. So you see here cards with the anke. So here you have justice and then anke. Okay, everything normal, everything fine. But what do we have here? Yeah, you think, okay, King of Cups. Yeah, so what? Inversion. Oh my god, it's completely upside down. So this is with a lot of the cards. They're upside down. So the backs are inverted, so they put them in the printing machine the wrong way around. What you can also see here is they are more glossy. And they are more black and white. They are not so soft like the other one. I can do a quick comparison. I have to watch the time again and see that I don't, but you can see it, that one is softer and the other is harder, and you see the matte here, and this is more glossy. Oh, now the dog starts howling. Always great when you make a video. So we go a bit further in time, and then we get to the more slim ones, so the 28 millimeter, and here you see the cards are even seem to get a bit glossier, but the back side is still the same. From this deck we can't make out much differences because it's so botched, but here you see this is the main difference. The smaller sized ones have publisher Bert Bakker, and the Hague is gone there. So that's also a big difference. And what's interesting here with this deck, and I should have shown that before, forgot, the blank cards are always like this. 78 tarot cards is printed on there. So 78 tarot cards, and they always came with these two more or less blank cards. I also have an edition where this is in magenta. So that was also different than other decks, that suddenly that was in magenta. And what was also interesting is that in some of the decks, the typography of the blank cards differs in size in the same deck. Okay, you're probably thinking, why is she getting so excited? Well, that's if you are a card geek, you will understand that. Otherwise, you're right, it's strange. But let's see if I can find the blank cards here. Yes, so look, geeking out. You see here, one font size is smaller than the other one. This is a bigger font size, you see? So that's interesting, isn't it? And the same goes for the version of 1B, but there it is in black and white. So that's getting down to the nitty gritty. That's all excruciatingly detailed, I would say. So yeah, so these are all kind of the same. And since I ran out of time, as I always do, I always run out of time, I will tell you that you can find any information in the Etsy listing, and I'll make the next video soon. And there are 3 varieties of this version of the successor, the Cosmos version. So I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, hope you liked it. Bye bye.